So you look at how these teams have come alive at the end of the season. I always say, at the start of the season, the big problem in the league is the big teams.
Yeah.
If you can beat the big teams in the first half of the season, you're doing well.
In
the second half of the season, if you can beat the teams at the bottom, then you're having a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Because if you look at for Liverpool in the UK, for example, their issue was they did well the start of the season, they did well mid-season. But when they had to face the teams that are struggling and fighting for positions at the bottom of the table, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Rasmus Højlund, thunderous. It's an absolute net buster.
Hello, Dumelang. Abusheni, Sanbonani, and welcome to the Diski Preview Show, where we talk about football matters in Mzansi. It's all about it, Diski. My name is yours truly, Mr. E. And hey, my partner in crime today, ladies and gentlemen, is the guy who's going to give us more facts. He's going to give us a lot of predictions and a lot of tactical analysis. Let me present to you the one and only Mr. Moore.
Oh, Mr. E, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that intro, it makes me feel like I know, you know what I mean?
No, you
I'm
really
the top
know.
dog at
you
what
don't
I
have
do.
to feel, you know. The top dog of predictions, Mr. Moore.
At this point, I'm very excited because our last episode was about the Manchester United versus Arsenal game coming up on the weekend. If you want to check that video out, click on the banner up there and you'll be able to watch that episode and get our insights on that game. But today we're talking all things local soccer, from Mamelodi Sundowns versus Royal AM all the way to Cape Town City versus TS Galaxy.
Yeah.
We've got Pirates versus Richards Bay FC, and then we also have AmaZulu taking on Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
So it's going to be a long episode. It's going to be an interesting one, but there's a lot coming your way. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Now let's quickly take a look at our first featured game today. We go all the way to Pretoria, where Sundowns, Mamelodi Sundowns, will be playing against Royal AM. More, those are the champions. They will be playing against a struggling Royal AM.
Yeah, I think at this point, Mr. E, I just want to start by saying this. Maybe we should consider putting more teams into the DSTV Premiership.
Yeah.
Not only to get more games out of the league, but also to stop, the league has this character that not many leagues have around the world. I mean, you also see it in the Bundesliga where teams shift and change all the time.
All the time.
Until the last
3
weekend.
points make a very big difference.
Very big difference.
Yeah.
So at this moment in time, Royal AM, last time we checked, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we're sitting in the top 10.
Yeah.
You understand? We're in the same conversation with Kaizer Chiefs, trying to secure top 8. Now you look at it, they're sitting 14th with 29 points. And that's because they've lost their last 3 games in a row.
Yes.
Now, you lose all 3 games in a row. Obviously, that's going to affect not just your point tally.
That you could have easily collected.
You understand? But now it puts you in danger of now having to compete alongside teams like your Richards Bay FC, your Cape Town Spurs, your Morocco Swallows. We're all sitting at the foot of the table. So it does show that with the way the league is set up at the moment, 3 points are so crucial. And losing games back to back will put you in a position where Royal AM find themselves in right now.
Yeah, going into the weekend, Royal AM has got 29 points. And if they win this game, hopefully they will be able to win, because no team has managed to beat Mamelodi Sundowns this season. They've got 0 in terms of losses. 0. That's how ruthless and how great they've done throughout the whole season. Do you think there will be any team that's going to be able to pick up maximum points against Mamelodi Sundowns this year?
I think at this point in time, Mamelodi Sundowns have done something that a lot of teams are not good at doing in South Africa. That's game management.
Yeah.
Because the only way to keep goals out is to manage what's happening in the match. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in possession of the ball, but at times you can be out of position of the ball and still manage what's happening on the pitch. So Mamelodi Sundowns have been exceptional at that, and you saw that in the game they had where they had a red card, something that happened to
Libusa, I think, was given a red card.
Libusa got a red card. It happened in the game before that when they played Kaizer Chiefs, but it was on the other side where Kaizer Chiefs had a red card, but Kaizer Chiefs went into the halftime break with a 0-0. But by the time full time came around, it was 5-1. Mamelodi Sundowns got a red card as well in their last game. And to show you how good they are at their game management, it didn't affect the result. All it did was prevent them from scoring the goals.
Because I was looking at the statistics there. Their ball possession was 80% against Golden Arrows 20%. It means they had more control of the game. Therefore, Golden Arrows couldn't do anything to them. Because we're looking at the shots at goal. Golden Arrows for the entire 90 minutes had 2 shots at goal, while Mamelodi Sundowns had 7.
I mean, you have to think about it. At the same time, like I always say when you play against Mamelodi Sundowns at this point, it's a matter of it's not game management. It's a matter of understanding that we're going there, so that it mustn't become embarrassing. That's the plan. The plan is play tight, play low, and make sure that you keep them in front of you. That's the only thing you need to do. With Kaizer Chiefs, because they're such a big brand, when they go in to play Mamelodi Sundowns like they did in the previous game, in the back of their minds, they're also thinking that we're at the level of these guys. And the fact of the matter is that no one's at their level at this moment. This team got a red card. They still walked away with a point. And to answer your question, I don't think anyone domestically this season will pick up points against Mamelodi Sundowns. In terms of picking up maximum points against Mamelodi Sundowns. And that boils down to the fact that how they react to situations. They lose a player at the back, they're playing a back three, they turn it into a back four, they give up one striker, they play 4-4-1.
They keep it tight. You can't find any spaces to attack them or to utilize to score against them.
Exactly.
Because I'm looking at the entire season, they've been scored only 9 goals, Mr. Mo.
Record-breaking stuff.
That's record-breaking.
Record-breaking stuff.
And they've scored 47 in 10.
Yeah, but if you look at how they were able to achieve that, it's like moments like they had against their previous opponent where you need to do what needs to be done. You know you want the goal. I mean, Peter Shalile came off the bench as well, which means that the coach was looking for goals. Yes, that he didn't need to use him against Kaizer Chiefs because he was leading by 4-1. He could let the Matthews of this world, Escovial,
run around.
all those youngsters to come out and run around. But in this match, he realized that, you know what, the result has run away from me at this point. I can't play the football I want to play because my foundation, my back four or back three is now missing a player. So I need to sacrifice in the front to bolster the back so that I'm able to play the full 90 minutes without making any mistakes. Then because the last thing you want to do as Mamelodi Sundowns is, after having the season that you've had, to give up your invincibility on the stage of trying to get a win. So you just let it go and you say, fine, let's play a tight game. Let's sacrifice a player at the front. Let's put him in the back. Let's play with a solid 4-4-1 or let's play with a solid 4-4-5. I mean, it's it's 4-5. Yeah, it's a 4-5 without the one.
So 4-5
without the one. So you play that game and you know that I'm still gonna win. I've won the league already. This is now a parade. I'm just going to play all the rest of my games. I'm trying to see how many records I can break. So there's not really a lot of pressure on me. I'm out of Africa, why should I risk it?
Those are the insights. Or for more, just to go back a little bit. You said you don't think there's going to be any team that will be able to beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Because right now, we want to get into the predictions of this game here and see how it's going to end when the two teams meet. And by the way, after this game, 3 days later, they'll be meeting in a reverse fixture. So they'll get a second chance.
It's back to back. I mean, when you look at the two sides, who's used to playing back to back home and away matches? It's Sundowns, because when they play in Africa, they play home and away in a cup tie. So now they're going to be doing it against Royal AM. So I don't think that. I think one of the games will be a draw. But at the end of the day, we all know Mamelodi Sundowns against Royal AM have not lost in their last 6 meetings. I mean, last 7 meetings they have not lost. They have 6 straight wins against Royal AM. And if you look at the goal scoring, I mean, there's been more than 2.5 goals in each of those last 5 matches. So there's nothing you can say about this match except that Mamelodi Sundowns will come out victorious again. Also, Mamelodi Sundowns has been the first team to score in this match in the last 6 out of 6 meetings. So it's stats like that tell you that there's no way that Royal AM is going to go on and upset Mamelodi Sundowns.
You're not even giving them a chance.
And the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns now is playing with players that people are seeing for the first time, you can plan for a team. But as soon as they play a team that you don't know, these players, you don't know their strengths, you don't know, it's unpredictable. So now you're playing against
the
coach
Matthews. Is unpredictable as well.
Exactly. You play against the Matthews, you've never seen him play for more than 6 or 7 matches. Maybe your scouts have, but not you at that level. So now it's a brand new Mamelodi Sundowns. It's a Mamelodi Sundowns that's saying the season is over now for us. We're preparing for next season. That's why we're playing all these youngsters. So for me the prediction will have to go with Sundowns.
That's Mr. Mo. I won't say that's Utisha with Diski, but it's Mr. Mo. He's saying Mamelodi Sundowns will be able to pick up the maximum points, which is 3, and there's no way Royal AM can beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Do you agree with him? Let's see that on the comment section. I think I agree with you this time around.
Yeah, no, you have to agree with me. There's no other choice.
Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at our second featured game. We are still watching the Diski Preview Show as we continue with the conversation on African football, South African football, Mzansi, as we take a look at our second featured game. It's Orlando Pirates going head-to-head with Richards Bay, and that game is going to take place at Orlando Stadium. Mr. Mo, before we go into detail about that game there, do you think Umabasa will be able to win that Golden Boot?
I think Mabasa at this point is not just only the front runner, but by some distance. I mean, 2 goals in the Golden Boot race is a lot of goals, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But if you look at that top 5, I mean, Bradley Grobler, 10 goals, Kanyisa Mayo, 10 goals, Lucas Ribeiro, 12 goals, I mean. And Ikram is also sitting on Reyners. Is sitting on 14 goals. So I think at this point, Mabasa can see the light. He can see, you know,
he's getting there.
It's almost here. All I need to do is make sure that I keep finding the back of the net. But you know what? People give him credit for the goals he scored. But if you look at goals plus assists, this player has 16 goals plus assists. Only Ikram Reyners also has 16 goals, and Lucas Ribeiro has 16 goals plus assists. So these are 3 players that have taken the DSTV Premiership to another level. I mean, a couple of seasons ago, 12 goals in the league was a lot of goals. You know, you're winning the Golden Boot.
You would be guaranteed that you're winning the Golden Boot.
Exactly. Now we look at players who are close to four goal contributions away from hitting that 20 mark, which is something that we've missed in the DSTV Premiership for years. And it shows when you look at how many goals this team has scored as a whole. 43 goals this season scored, 23 conceded for Orlando Pirates. That they're the only other team in the DSTV Premiership to have scored more than 40 goals this season. A lot of them have hit the 20s. You can look around, you can see your Stellenbosch has hit 38, your Skukuna United has also hit 30, but it's showing that the quality of our football has changed. You know, we used to have your one anomaly in the league where we'll have like one player who's scoring all the goals and getting him teamed. I mean, exactly. Think of Usimbe. Exactly, Mbesuma. That's the player I'm currently thinking about. So it shows that the quality of the league has improved. It shows that the quality of finishing in our league has improved. And it shows that also as a whole, the system of football we're playing has also changed because it's funneling towards one player. You understand? And it's a good thing. But if you look at Mamelodi Sundowns, who scored 47 goals, you find Peter Shalilile in the top 15 goal scorers. You find they have a lot of options in terms of who's going to get the goals for them. But for Orlando Pirates, the goals have been coming through Mabasa. And look, you can't say anything about it. He is that good. Well, certainly he's very, very good. That's Orlando Pirates going head to head with a struggling Richards Bay. Mr. Mo, Richards Bay, I think they are a contender for relegation this year. Things haven't been going very well for them since they came into the DSTV Premiership. The problem is when you leave it late, when you leave it late, the same way Cape Town Spurs left it late. Only now Cape Town Spurs have won 2 games in their last 3. Only now. But they should have done this from the beginning of the season. Exactly. And when you look at the games they've won, I mean, Richards Bay has won 3 games out of their last 5, and one of those games was against Kaizer Chiefs. You understand? So you look at how these teams have come alive at the end of the season. I always say, at the start of the season, the big problem in the league is the big teams. If you can beat the big teams in the first half of the season, you're doing well. In the second half of the season, if you can beat the teams at the bottom, then you're having a fantastic season. Because if you look at for Liverpool in the UK, for example, their issue was they did well the start of the season, they did well mid-season. But when they had to face the teams that are struggling and fighting for positions at the bottom of the table, that's where the problem is. So now, that's how football works. I mean, right now, Richards Bay FC, like I said, 3 wins in their last 5. They were struggling to get a single draw not so long ago. But now, all of a sudden, they're contending because now they can feel the heat. They can feel the pressure. They can see the door, the exit door. When the conversation starts to say, listen, we're going to the second division now. At Motsepe, we can't afford to pay you the salary. Now the players want to come alive. And you won't be able to afford that lifestyle. You'd have to take back your M3. Now they want to play football. And that's the thing, when you're playing football at the highest level, it's no longer about, shoe shine and standing on the ball, look jiva. It's work. It's business. It's business. You understand? So what you're doing is crucial. What you're doing on the pitch is affecting your pocket. So if you're sitting there on the brink of relegation, you have no offers coming in from the big clubs. You have no offers coming from mid-table clubs. If this team goes down, I go down with them. And there's no chance, there's no guarantee that I'm going to come back to the top division. And earn what I used to earn when I was in there. So now there's no more bonuses. Now you're going to go back to the second division. Sponsors might not want to, go down with you. So there's a lot going on right now at the bottom. I mean, not so long ago, we were looking at Richards Bay, 12 points behind the team above them in 14. Now, all of a sudden, that point difference is just 4. It's just 4. I mean, 3 points. I mean, with only a few games to play until the end of the season. And the same thing for Cape Town Spurs. They were struggling to get to like 15 points. Now all of a sudden they're sitting at 18. So it shows you that come the end of the season, once that conversation starts to say, listen, guys, we're going down. We're not going to be able to afford all of you. We might have to release some of you from your contracts. All of a sudden the players play a different game. There's no, in football, I believe, there's no team more dangerous than a team that's desperate. A desperate team is very dangerous.
I think we can see that with Cape Town Spurs.
Exactly, because now there's no guarantee. Every time they come out now, you're thinking they could actually win this match. Regardless of who the opponent is. I know for a fact that you're enjoying the video. So why don't you hit like, comment on what you think of our opinions, or maybe just do us a big favor and just subscribe. I'll be here watching the rest of the video. Let's get back to the action.
At the same time, Mamo, let's take a look at the position number 2 spot, which is currently being held by Stellenbosch. And Orlando Pirates, by the way, is sitting at position number 3. With only 3 games to go. Yes, with only 3 games to go. Do you think Orlando Pirates will be able to take that second position spot?
Well, for Orlando Pirates on paper, they're good. I see 6 points out of 6 out of their next 2 matches. I mean, when you look at their next 2 matches, the first one right now we're talking about is Richards Bay FC. The second one is TS Galaxy. And as much as TS Galaxy themselves have been very impressive, they're sitting on the brink of the top 4. They're fighting to get that place from Skukune United. They have a game in hand. You know, they can be able to get that position. Basically, if you look at the mathematics, that position is theirs. They just need to win their game in hand, and they need to win crucial games like the game against Orlando Pirates. Now, the question between that next game is who wants it more?
Who wants it more?
Because for Stellenbosch FC, they drew their last game. Now they're just 1 point ahead of Orlando Pirates. But they're sitting on 27 games played. Once they play now on the weekend, it's 28 games played.
28 games.
It's child. You can't fix it anymore. It's finished. So we have to be, I mean, that's the month of May in a nutshell. So Orlando Pirates now will just have to win their next 2 games to guarantee themselves a proper position. A proper standing to contend for that second position. If Stellenbosch lose their last game, then you have an opportunity for Orlando Pirates to occupy second spot. But if Stellenbosch go and win their last game, then it ends with Sundowns, Stellenbosch, Orlando Pirates, and it might be TS Galaxy. If TS Galaxy go on now to beat Orlando Pirates in their next game,
but
then
now
you understand. So it's a scale where it's either going to be Orlando Pirates getting top 2 or it's going to be TS Galaxy getting top 4. That's for the next game. Tune in next week.
Okay, now let's confirm this. According to you, when the league ends, right? Who do you think is going to take the second position?
It has to be Stellenbosch.
Stellenbosch.
It has to be Stellenbosch.
They've done very well.
I think
way ahead of Mapagania and the Pirates.
I have to say, us inlanders, meaning people who live in the Highveld, in Gauteng, Northwest, Limpopo, maybe we can say Free State and maybe KZN. Just the guys who live inland, who doesn't have the ocean. We tend to forget about teams that come from the ocean. You know, your teams from KZN, your teams from the Western Cape. You understand? We tend to forget about those teams. The teams from Northern Cape, we tend to forget about them. The talent that comes from there. And Stellenbosch is reminding us of how good teams can be when they come from the tip of Africa. You understand? From Cape Town. Ajax Cape Town used to have a big reputation in the PSL a long time ago, in the 2000s, when they still had Bobantam and all that. And since that quarrel where Ajax basically left South Africa, we kind of forgot about them. Now Stellenbosch, Cape Town City this season have reminded us that no, don't overlook us. Because just 3 seasons ago the conversation was, hey, KZN say Vugi, AmaZulu, Royal AM, Richards Bay. You understand? Now Cape Town has come to the party, and now we are seeing how South African football really looks like, because it's not just about the Soweto Giants. It's not just about the teams from the Highveld, which is the Pretoria teams. Now we're talking about everybody being included.
Okay. Now, can you quickly give us a prediction of that game there? It's Orlando Pirates going head-to-head with Richards Bay. Who's going to walk away
I will give it to Orlando Pirates.
Orlando Pirates straight win. Now we're going to see a lot of goals from there.
I think it will be
another hat-trick.
I think it will be a very managed game, but there won't be a lot of goals in it.
Okay, that's Umo for you. Our third featured game that we'll be taking a look at today will be at King Zwelithini Stadium, where AmaZulu Usutu will be hosting Kaizer Chiefs. Abafana Bokuthula Noxolo. Mr. Mo, I think there's a lot of problems at Kaizer Chiefs. A lot of problems, because currently they are sitting at position number 8 going into the weekend, and it doesn't look like they will stay there for a long time, because the teams below them, They'll be playing AmaZulu, which is one of the teams that are below them. AmaZulu is currently sitting at 32 points and Kaizer Chiefs at 34 points. If AmaZulu wins this, they jump. They go above Kaizer Chiefs. What should be done at Kaizer Chiefs?
I think the first thing that needs to be done at Kaizer Chiefs now is, because obviously Kaizer Chiefs is a destination.
Yeah.
It's not
for most players.
It's not a stepping stone. It's not a team where you go to impress so you can get seen by other teams. It's a team where whatever we expected you to be,
final destination.
Whatever we expected you to be as a footballer, you must be
there when you get there.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that Kaizer Chiefs at some point was the Real Madrid of South Africa.
Yeah.
Where when a player walks through the door, you must understand that you're not walking through the door for us to develop you, to grow you.
Yeah. You must be a finished
product.
You
must be a finished product because we're expected to deliver on our targets every season.
Yeah.
And our targets are not top 4. Our targets are not semi-final. Our targets are not silver medals.
Yeah.
Our targets are gold medals.
Yes.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing I think Chiefs should do is go back. And I think this message, if anyone knows someone from Chiefs, just go back, guys.
I know a couple of guys there.
Yeah.
I'll take you there, straight to them.
Just go back, collect all your legends.
Yeah.
Collect all those guys. Sit them down. Make them a part of the club. Give them jobs. You understand? Give them development jobs. Give them... How many Kaizer Chiefs legends are running their own academies? That's not right. You understand? You're asking these guys to go start something from scratch. You're creating your own competition.
Yeah.
Go fetch those guys. Give them jobs. Give them media jobs. Make them, have podcasts like this.
Yeah.
Bring them into the space where they're talking to these players.
Yeah.
You understand? Let them testify to players that, in fact, when I was playing your position in 2002, I couldn't do Lento Boyenza and Amhlanje.
Yeah.
Don't let them say it on YouTube and then we share the video and then the guy sees it. Where? Bring those guys back home.
Yeah.
Like, open the doors. You know what? I came today and I knew we were going to talk about this match. And my thing was, let's fix Kaizer Chiefs. Let's stop complaining about Kaizer Chiefs. Let's fix it. Before it's too late.
But the unfortunate thing, Mr. Mo, is that Kaizer Chiefs has been, they have been fixing and fixing.
But Mr. E,
and fixing.
What I'm saying to you now,
I think it's now 5 years, but nothing is coming out.
What I'm saying to you now, Mr. E, it's a legacy problem. It's a legacy problem.
Okay, so it's no longer the.
No, it's no longer.
What happens in
this
in
one
the
cannot be
play.
fixed. This one cannot be fixed by strangers. We are Africans.
Yeah.
You understand? If you watch these shows where people go fight for Ikailam and all those things.
Yeah.
Let our niggas be a team come back. Let them come home. Let them. We're not saying that the head coach must be a legend. We're saying the backroom staff. You understand? We're not even saying the ones that sit on the bench. We're saying the backroom staff. Take care of your legends. Then they'll take care of the club. Because some of these guys right now, when you meet them in the streets, they've lost so much. They've lost so much. And they know so much football. They've played these positions. They can, even if, look, Kaizer Chiefs has the money and the resources to say, we want a midfielder coach, we want a
strikers coach.
They have the resources to do that for first team, second team, under 16, under 14, under 15. Fetch those guys. You can't have one of the best analysts in South African football being a Kaizer Chiefs legend, but he's not associated to the club.
With the club as well.
That's what I'm saying. So the club just, I think maybe next season, if I had a 5-year plan to present to Kaizer Chiefs today, my 5-year plan would be the first day, let's open the doors back for the legends. Let's make positions for them. Let's bring them back home. Every one of them. Sibalanda, I'm a captain. Let's bring them all black players. Let's bring back those players. Let's bring back those coaches. You understand? Then from there, my second year would be, let's now start making sure that these players that are playing here have the right mindset. Which means that get these guys off social media. Make sure that when the season starts, you tell them your social media is managed by Kaizer Chiefs. I'll build a social media team. You don't need to read comments that are coming in from outside. The third thing I would do is I'll create a little board of directors for the fans. I'll create a body and say these fans now have a platform for them to talk to the club
with this body,
with a board of directors for that body, where we can now have them as part of the board meeting so they can decide on where the club is going. The fourth thing I would do, and this is very important, I would graduate from within the ranks. I'd spend the next season, this is my second season, I'll graduate from within the ranks. I'll graduate from within the ranks. Kaizer Chiefs is known globally. Which means if a player makes a debut for Kaizer Chiefs, plays 5 matches, you don't get calls from Sundowns. You get calls from international. You make sure.
I seem to Shabalala had received calls from Europe.
Even Pule Extend left South Africa and went overseas to Azerbaijan. So you push those players overseas. That's step number 4. Step number 5, and I say this not lightly. We're not saying that the ownership of the club should change. But look, it's Kaizer Chiefs. It's named in part with the Kaiser who ran Bayern Munich at some point. Open up. Let's give our fans membership. Let's say Kaizer Chiefs fans now buy your membership every season so you can buy a position in the body so that you can go be voted for to be part of the board of directors. and that board of directors must also include players. Then that club will be healthy again.
Yeah.
Because the player who are touched and hurt about the fact that, look at that club just threw me away like a piece of paper.
About me,
you understand?
Know, yeah.
You threw me away like a piece of paper. You used me, you threw me away.
Yeah.
On top of that, your fans were saying we know better than your coach about football.
Yes.
That's not right. That's not right. So before we talk about what's happening on the pitch, how does a team like Kaizer Chiefs, Mr. E, explain this one to me? How does a team as big as Kaizer Chiefs go play 2 games and back-to-back get red cards?
That baffles me.
For one centre back, the next centre back.
It's another one. So right now they don't have any centre back.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
Yeah.
Those are world-class players.
Yeah. I think the problem with those centre backs, they did not stick to their basics. I mean, like I saw the red card for Udovi, that penalty. So you should have done better there.
So if you used to have a centre back in the early 2000s, we went to the 2002 World Cup as the captain of Bafana Bafana.
Yeah.
As the captain of Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
And played for Bafana Bafana.
Yeah.
In Japan in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And now 2024, you don't even have a player in Bafana
Bafana.
Kaizer Chiefs, don't try buy players from outside. You have everything you need. All you need to do, 5 steps I gave you. Implement that thing, bring back those guys, call them back.
Yeah.
You're not telling me that right now, Mr. E, with all honesty, right now, in the late 2000s, most of the players that were going to Super Sports United, the players that Pito Musimani won the league with, they came from Kaizer Chiefs development.
Yes, yeah. Most of them. I remember once upon a time again, there were a couple of players that left Kaizer Chiefs and went to SuperSport. Otefu Mashamaite, quite a lot of guys there.
Sens left Chiefs.
You know.
Not actually left Chiefs, but was recommended by a Chiefs player to go join SuperSport United. He won the league as the captain.
Yes, with SuperSport United.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Chiefs must not worry about buying players from outside. Just graduate from within the ranks. Right now, I'm telling you right now, there's so many hearts out there that are in love with this club. If Chiefs said to us, look, I have I'm Kaizer Chiefs, I have instead of having a scouting network, if you see a player in your community, we'll hold trials every weekend. Bring those players.
Bring that player there.
You know, understand that the line.
Yeah.
They don't even need to do that naturena.
Yeah.
The plan is there.
Yeah.
If you want the plan, call me.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the plan, and I'll fix your club within 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Well, the club will be fine. We'll be winning something.
Hey, that's Mr. Mo for you.
It won't even be on FIFA.
Yeah, I told you that he's going to be giving us the best of his football analysis, and he's talking about Kaizer Chiefs and what is happening at Nature, and I think that was a very, very insightful.
Mr. E, it's sad, man. Yeah. I mean, right now we can't even. Everyone who wants to speak about Kaizer Chiefs, they're talking about fixing it, and the problem is the players, the problem is the coach. It even got to a point where they said the problem is the ownership.
But you can see that once upon a time they used to say we don't have the right type of players. They brought in new players, nothing changed, and then they say we don't have the right coach. They brought in different coaches, left, right, center. Nothing changed. But I think with what we have just said, if we could cut a clip of that and send it to Nigerena for consideration.
You don't even need to give me commission.
Yeah. Free of charge.
No, not free of charge. I said you don't need to give me commission.
Okay. Maybe they'll just pay you for that. Okay, now tell me, when they go against AmaZulu, Usutu Mod, do you think Kaizer Chiefs will be able to win away from FNB Stadium this time around?
If I was them going into this match, especially the coach...
you mentioned that there's no centre backs.
No. Yeah. So my advice would be just go in there and try and not make it embarrassing. Just get another draw. Look, you don't need top 8 next season. Just get another draw. Just finish off the season. Whatever changes need to be made in training, in the preseason. That's where changes need to be made. Right now, the party's finished. Whatever they do, if they go now to AmaZulu and overexpend themselves like they usually do, because what they are about Kaizer Chiefs, I'll tell you one thing: that midfield is not tight.
You
understand? Everyone has had fun in that midfield. Sundowns has had fun in that midfield. Everyone.
They did as they pleased with Kaizer Chiefs.
Everyone has had fun in that midfield.
It looks like right now when teams look at their fixture and they see Kaizer Chiefs, they just tick. They already know there's 3 points for them.
The reality is very simple. If you don't have a proper core, then forget on that team. So the reality is very simple for me. I think they should just go in there and know that whatever they're gonna do, they mustn't try and win this match. Pick up a draw, let the season end. Top 8 no ibona, because now you're playing with 1 win, 1 draw, in their last 5.
Yeah,
with
and
3
a couple
losses.
of losses.
3 losses.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not looking good. You have more losses than wins in your last 5. So just go in there, play the match, but don't aim to win it.
Okay,
that's where we're going to leave it.
But now, can you give us a prediction of this game?
A draw.
AmaZulu. So it's going to be a straight draw. And are we going to see any goals from both sides?
No. Goalless draw.
Goalless draw.
Goalless draw.
Okay, those are
last thing I just want to say before we close.
Yeah.
In the top 10 goal scorers this season, there's not a Kaizer Chiefs player.
Hey. I don't know. I think we need to take this clip to Naturena.
You think we need to take this clip to Naturena?
Straight up.
Nah, Mr. It's not good.
Maybe we'll be able to help the Amakosi fans. You know, Mamelodi Sundowns fans, they're always happy every weekend because they are winning games. They've even won the championship. Same thing that's happening to Orlando Pirates. Stellenbosch, they are happy. But Kaizer Chiefs, with a very, very big fan base, it's not nice.
I just want to close by saying this. The top goal scorer at Kaizer Chiefs in the DSTV Premiership this season is Mamelodi. Do you know how many goals he has?
How many?
4.
Okay. Those are the thoughts and insights of Mr. Mo about Kaizer Chiefs and everything else that's happening at Naturena. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at our last featured game. You are still watching the Diski Preview Show, and I'm still in the studio with Mr. Mo. He's telling us more about Mzansi football as we take a look at our 4th and final game. It's Cape Town City. They'll be playing against TS Galaxy. Cape Town City coming into this game sitting at position number 7 going into the weekend, while TS Galaxy at position number 5. I think TS Galaxy this year.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
TS Galaxy this year, it's all happening for them. I mean, you know, that's what gradual progression shows. And you know what? I just want to take the moment to say, no, Tim Sugazi, your vision as a leader, I know we have to give you your flowers.
The
reason why we have to
even the coach, I think he's done very well.
Yeah.
He's been, Tim Sugazi, he's been patient with his coach.
Yes.
And look at them, look at where they are right now, currently sitting at position number 5 with 39 points and only 10 points away from Orlando Pirates that's sitting at position number 3. That says something about TS Galaxy.
You look at Tim Sugazi. You look at why he started the club. It was a very valid reason. You look at how he ran his club. That shows, you know, business acumen. You understand? He ran his club with a vision and he made sure that everyone sticks to it. He made sure that from the fans to the boardroom staff, everyone feels his presence.
I mean, they're so passionate
Galaxy
about
fans have
Galaxy.
touched that man. Galaxy fans have celebrated a goal with that man. But
and I've noticed that during the game he doesn't go to the VIP stand.
No.
He sits or stands rather. Most of the time he's going to be standing with the fans.
What does that say? He leads from the front.
He leads from the front. Straight
when
up.
you look at the signings he's made, this is a very ambitious club.
A
club that took Bernard Parker.
Nurkovic.
Put him in Nurkovic. It shows you that
he's found his scoring boots at TS Galaxy.
When you look at the difference between Motsepe and Sugazi. Sugazi is hands-on with his club. Motsepe started, you know, he's back in the club, he's hands-on with the club, but the fans don't feel Motsepe. Understand? Which is understandable. Like when the man is worth a lot of, you know, money, you can't just touch him. It could be risky. You could be trying to kill him.
You could be trying anything.
Or kidnap him, whatever. But when you look at Sugazi understood number one. The first thing was that he said, I'll quote him, he once said in a meeting a long time ago that we are playing at the highest level of our industry, which is the DSTV Premiership. Now, he's achieved the mainstay in this place. What do you think his ambition is now? His ambition is to achieve a level higher. And that's to go into Africa. You understand? This man is so passionate about what he's doing with this club that he knows for a fact he's always, if you look at Sugazi, how he's been running this thing, he always signs players he needs. Because himself, as the chairman, has an eye for football. Does that not remind you of Kaizer?
As well, right?
Does that not remind you of Kaizer Mtawu?
Yes,
back in his heyday. Where, you know, he has an eye for the player. So when you have this conversation, you're having a conversation with someone who knows football.
Exactly.
When he gets a coach and he has a conversation with that coach, you're having a conversation with someone who knows football. And the sad part is that he knows football from the player's perspective and from the club's perspective.
The management perspective.
You understand?
Well.
So he's a very dangerous man in that regard because, trust me when I say to you, Kukuna United, I like what they've done this season, but I think that 4th spot is TS Galaxy spot. All they need to do is make sure to secure the results they need to secure. Semir Nukovic has been very good for them. He's the 6th top goal scorer this season. He's already got 8 goals to his name. And you look at TS Galaxy as a whole, I mean, across the park, they've had valuable players, and those players have delivered time and time again. So for me, they're a very exciting outfit. I'd love to see them take on the Challenge of Africa again, because let's not forget they've been there before.
They've been there before.
Exactly. So I'd like to see them take the Challenge of Africa again. And look, Sugazi is surrounded by people who are passionate about the game, people who know the game, and more importantly, I would like to say, is a no-nonsense approach to the way he runs his club. So I think they're going to get top 4. And I think that this result will go their way.
Okay, when they play against Cape Town City.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but Cape Town City currently sitting at position number 7 with 38 points. I think they will want to win this one so that they can go. Go to 41 points and maybe by chance get into the top 4.
Yeah. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm telling you right now that whatever the coach instruction is, the target is top 4 now.
Yeah.
That target is top 4. They had a boardroom meeting about it. I was not there, by the way. I'm just saying that I feel like they had.
They should have had.
And they were like, hey, Chief, whatever you do, don't mess it up for us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The game against Cape Town City is crucial, yes. Yeah. But the game against Orlando Pirates is even more crucial because that game will either decide if they're in the top 4 or not. Yeah. They level on points with Super Sports United. Yeah. They have a game in hand over Super Sports United. So they currently sitting in a very, tough position because Kukune is just is in reach of them. Yeah. They can get the points they need to go over them. Yeah. But at the same time, they play a Cape Town City that knows that even if they win this game, they don't quite get it to top 4. They're fighting for top 5, top 6.
5, 6.
So TS Galaxy have a lot more to lose.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you're wise enough, overexpend yourself, get the result. Yeah. Because against Orlando Pirates, who are also hungry for top 2.
For top 2.
Like I said, there's no team as dangerous.
Do you see Orlando Pirates losing any of their last games?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't see them dropping points. But at the same time, like I said earlier, there's no scarier team to face than a desperate team.
Yeah, most certainly.
And TS Galaxy at this point, when they meet Orlando Pirates, if they lose this game, when they meet Orlando Pirates, they'll be desperate for all 3 points. Yeah. And anything could happen.
Yeah, and that might be, they might dent the hopes of Orlando Pirates finishing at position number 2.
100%.
Oh,
100%. But like I said, it's a scale. If TS Galaxy get top 4, then you must know Orlando Pirates is not getting top 2.
Okay. Okay, those are the insights of more for the game between Cape Town City and TS Galaxy. He's saying Ubabu Sugas has done very well for that club. I think they are so passionate, even the fans. I think other clubs as well, they must learn from him.
100%.
Yeah, most certainly. Now let's quickly take a recap on today's games and more. Let's start from the top. We started with the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Royal AM. What were the predictions for that game?
I said the trend is going to continue. Mamelodi Sundowns have not lost to this team in their last 7 meetings. I believe they're going to make it 8.
Okay, let's quickly go to Orlando Stadium where Orlando Pirates will be playing against Richards Bay.
I think Orlando Pirates will continue their streak of 7 wins in a row. So I will then say that it's going to be 8 wins in a row and 9 games without a loss for Orlando Pirates.
Okay, Mr. Mo, let's quickly go to King Zwelithini Stadium where AmaZulu will be entertaining Kaizer Chiefs.
I think Kaizer Chiefs need that result, but it will end in a draw.
0-0 draw, you say?
0-0 draw.
Nil draw. Okay.
No goals there.
And the last featured game was Cape Town City versus Ezgaba Busugazi TS Galaxy.
Yeah, that one is, as much as I like both teams involved in this one, I do think that it's a difficult one. Sugazi, Cape Town. I think Sugazi is going to take it. I think TS Galaxy will take that game and they will apply pressure on Kukune United and hopefully challenge for that top 4 position.
Yeah, just to confirm, you're saying TS Galaxy is going to win that one.
TS Galaxy win.
Okay, those are the predictions of Mr. Mo. Hey, do you agree with him? Let us know in the comment section. I know that you might have a different opinion on what is going to happen over the weekend. Thank you very much for watching this exciting episode of the Diski Preview Show. My name is yours truly, Mr. E and Mr. Mo.